free from the trap ministry. I am on here to talk about hip hop. A lot of people are in love with hip hop. They're in love with the hip hop lyrics. They're in love with it. You think a lot of people is working for some of these rappers because they take up for them. So I'm on here to share about hip hop. Rapping for the devil and hip hop don't last long. No matter how much money, how much fame you get, it don't last long. Rapping for the devil. Rapping for the devil. And some rappers in hip hop are unaware. And the people that's listening to it, the devil is deceiving them. Rapping for the devil in hip hop. It don't last long. It don't matter how many millions of dollars you get, how much fame you get. It's all temporary. Rapping for the devil in hip hop is temporary. It's temporary. It's temporary. It is temporary. Rapping for the devil in the hip hop music industry is temporary. It don't matter how much fame, how much money you get, it's temporary. The devil don't love nobody. And rappers in hip hop are unaware, and people that's listening to it is unaware. Because man think his ways are better. But when you represent darkness, you can't get too far. You're not gonna get too far. And the devil is all in hip hop. He's all in the lyrics. He's all in the mindsets. The Bible says in Proverbs 14:12, there is a way of life that looks harmless enough. It looks harmless. Again, it leads straight to hell. Surely people appear to be having a good time. All the laughter will end in heartbreak. And it does. Rapping for the devil in hip hop, and ain't nothing good come out of it. It don't matter how much money you get, how much fame, it's all empty. It's all temporary. It don't last long. Then you get laughed at when you want to represent the light. When you call the Christian rapper and the CHA, there's no such thing as no Christian rapper. This because they want to use their gift to glorify the Lord and have a relationship with Christ. You last longer when you in the light. When you over here in the darkness, you don't last too long. Represent darkness, you don't last too long. Represent doing wrong. The Bible says the devil is called the father of lies. The father of lies is in hip hop. He's called the father of lies. He's the father of lies. And he's taken over the mindsets of the people who listen to it and the people who are rapping it. The father of lies is well and alive in this world today. Okay? The father of lies. The devil is called the father of lies in hip hop. It says in John 8:42, Jesus Christ is speaking to the Jewish people of his day. Jesus said to them, if God were Father, you would love me, for I have come here not from God. I have come not on my own, not on my own, but God sent me. Why is my language not clear to you? Because you are unable to hear what I'm saying. You belong to your father, the devil. You want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning. He holds he holds no truth to no truth. There is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native language. He is the father of lies. The father of lies. Yeah, because I tell you the truth, you don't believe me. Who can prove me guilty of any sin? I'm telling you the truth. Why don't you believe me? Whosoever belongs to God hears what God is saying. The reason that you don't hear is that you do not belong to God. And that's what's going on today in hip hop and in Hollywood. The father of lies is in Hollywood and he's in hip hop. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 4, if the gospel is veiled from those that are perishing. The devil is disguising himself as an angel of light in hip hop and in Hollywood, and he's blinding the mindsets of unbelievers so they cannot see God's light. Rapping for the devil in hip hop, making whatever those movies just to get a bunch of money, represent darkness, it don't last long. In hip hop or Hollywood, it don't last long. It don't last long. It don't matter how many millions, how much you can get. The devil will leave you to pick up the pieces. No matter how much money you got, many platinum records you got on the wall, the devil don't care about that. The devil is in hip hop and he's in Hollywood. The devil got inside the rapper's mind, and he didn't got inside the person's mind that's listening to it. The young man that's riding around in the car listening to those lyrics, the devil has blinded their mind from God's truth. The devil is blinding the mindsets of unbelievers so they cannot see God's light. The person that's listening to it is blind to God's truth, and the person that's rapping it. The devil is the father of lies in hip hop and in this world today. He's blinding people's mind from God's truth. They think what they rapping is the truth. That's what they think. But according to the Bible, there's a way of life that looks harmless. It looks harmless. It looks harmless. Again, it leads straight to hell. Purely people are pretty having a good time. You see that in hip hop. They glorifying doing wrong. It seemed like it's right. But all the laughter will end in heartbreak because man think his ways is better than Jesus. He think he's smarter than Jesus. And the people that's listening to it, the devil is blinding their minds from the truth of God. So rapping for the devil in hip hop is temporary. You do not you don't last long. It's temporary. It don't matter how much money you make, how much fame you get. You can't sleep at night rapping for the devil. You got the money, you got the cars, you got the girls, you got the women. That's all temporary. But man think his ways are better than God's ways. Man think that. So there is a way that seems right to man. It seems right. It seems right to rap about that. It seems right to promote that lifestyle. There is a way that which seems right to man, but in the end, it's the way of death. Even in all the laughter, in the heart may be painful, in the end of joy, but it may be grief. So it appeared to be right. It seemed like it's right. And to the listener, the person that's listening to it, the devil is blinding the mind of the listener. The young man that's just buying into all those lyrics, that's listening, the young lady that's listening to those lyrics and they getting all in her mind, the devil is blinding the mind of the listener and he's blinding the mind of the person that's rapping it. I'd rather use the gift that God gave me to represent Jesus Christ, to walk in the light, to rap about the light, not the darkness, even though the world is full of darkness. I'm not talking about being no Christian rapper or no CHH. That ain't in the Bible. No, it's not about being a Christian rapper. That's a label. All right. If you're a man of God and you have a relationship with Jesus Christ, it's about representing Christ. If you have a gift that God gave you to represent Jesus Christ, you know. So if I'm in the music industry and I'm a Christian man, I'm not no Christian rapper. That's a label. I'm an ambassador for Christ. I'm a representative. I'd rather use my gift to spread God's truth and share it God's way and represent the light and spread the truth of God in hip hop. But when you rapping for the devil in the darkness, that don't last too long. That don't It's not gonna last too long. And it doesn't matter how much money you get or how much fame you get. The devil don't love nobody. He's blinding the mindset of the rapper and he's blinding the mindset of the listener. He's blinding a mindset from God's truth. The devil is is taking over the mind of the person that's listening to these lyrics. So I rather walk in the light and represent Christ and be an ambassador, and I can still share God's truth about things that's going on in the world in a biblical way, in Jesus' way. And I think hip hop sound better when it's in God's hands. It sounds better because you can still share God's truth. Okay, you might have to have your own label, you know, but I'd rather be a child of the light than walk in the darkness. Because representing darkness and representing that stuff don't last long. It's like swimming in the water with a bunch of sharks. Nah, nope. Rather do what God told me to do. Rather be a representative for Christ. Hip hop is better in the hands of Jesus Christ, and we can still share God's truth. So, rapping for the devil and hip hop is very temporary. Doesn't matter how much money you get, how much fame, it's all temporary. And the devil is blinding people's mind from God's truth every day. 2 Corinthians 4. Bye bye.